Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Oh my goodness. I hope everyone is having a wonderful November. I hope everyone had a lovely Halloween. My Canadians, I am so sorry if you follow me on Instagram. I have been extra annoying especially if you're Canadian because the Dodgers won the World Series and it was insanity. Had the Dodgers lost game 7, I would be pretty fucking bummed. So for all my Canadians, I love you so much. I'm sorry for being so annoying on Instagram. Um, that's gonna cease soon. Soon-ish. Alrighty, let me roll my little intro I made and we will get popping on the sister wives of it all.
When a young woman sees a married, stable man, that is attractive. He's figured out some of his bullcrap. He's got a wife that's happy and he knows how to be a dad. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's going to make any girl's eggs drop.
All right. So I had a lot of people tell me how boring this episode was. Is this an episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? No. Is Christine trying to steer it in that direction? Yes. And to that I say thank you for your service, Christine. So yeah, is there any jaw-dropping moments? Not really, but I have to say I am thoroughly enjoying season 20, you guys. Seeing Kody and Robin just fumble their way through all their lies, getting zero assistance for a gracious edit. Clearly, they have no editorial power anymore. They look so fucking stupid. It is hysterical to me. I don't even think they realize how idiotic they are coming across. For Robin to literally say that women who wouldn't want to be with a married man? I wouldn't. I've never wanted to be with a married man, but I guess that's the difference between Robin and I. I don't know. And eggs dropping is a crazy weird thing to say. It kind of seems like maybe that was the AUB version of dropping panties. I don't know. But I have no idea. Christine with a Bravo budget and a storyline, I'd watch that. I would too. It would be we have been saying, and it's like Christine read my mind. It's like she watches this channel. She's like, yeah, we should go on a family reunion every year. Yes, we are manifesting that. Make it happen. Married man? No, she followed the scent of the almighty dollar. A dollar makes her holler, honey boo boo. Yeah. That makes Robin's eggs drop, right? All right. Let's touch on special forces for just a second. Let's see. The last I was telling my Facebook moderators, I get really uncomfortable. I've never been in a physical altercation. I've never done kickboxing or boxing or anything like that. I'm not a fighter. Shocking, I know. So it's not like I've been in fights, but there's something about they had that one fight challenge and then this game of murder ball. There's something so uncomfortable to me in watching that. Like, you're trying to unleash the beast in people, and I just don't, because this isn't actually like special forces. I don't know why we need to like rev people up to that. Like, make them like jump off a 300-foot dam. That's fine. I don't like seeing physical fighting. That's just me. So I have like a visceral reaction to it. With that being said, I hope you guys caught my last video. I went through and I parsed nearly every podcast that the Special Forces cast have either gone on or been a part of, because a lot of them have podcasts of their own. And I clipped what they said about Kody. And a lot of people, one, are thoroughly impressed with how physically fit he is for his age. That's gotta sting. But then they also were saying that they thought he was on amphetamines. Oh my God, Brianna Chicken Fry thought that he might have a neurological condition. And people were talking about the fact that he had expired caffeine supplements. So it was fascinating. If you don't want to go watch all of those individually, watch my last video, because I just clipped all the important, pertinent stuff. He is doing really well. I don't think that he is going to voluntarily withdraw. I think if he doesn't make it to the end, it's going to be because he had some sort of medical withdrawal. I'm really bummed. We saw like 0 of Eric Decker this season. I'd be really pissed if I were him and I went through, got as far as I did, and I literally was like a blip on the season. I mean, I'll laugh all the way to the bank as long as they paid me the same, but I'd be like, dude, I did all of this and I got like a second of screen time. That sucks. Like Brittany Cartwright got more screen time than Eric Decker, and she literally tapped out not even a full day in. You heard the 8th day, he goes, oh, that's a bummer, because isn't it 10 days? So that's literally almost to the end. I guess we'll see. We shall see. I was also telling my Facebook moderators that I feel like, I think 18 is too many for a cast with how they're shooting it. There's literally, you don't get to know anybody. And I hate that. I feel like we see Gia Giudice a lot, and you're like obviously meant to root for her. And we're seeing Brianna Chicken Fry a lot. But other than those two, like, everyone else gets like fleeting moments of camera time. And I just think it's too big of a cast for what they're trying to do. I think if they made it 10 people, 10 days, you can like kind of make an episode about each person, like focus on each person. I'm so sad we haven't gotten to see Sean Johnson killing it on the tightrope and the ladder challenge. Yeah, I heard that she Special Forces is on Thursday night. I heard that she and Andrew were talking about all the stuff that you don't see that has, so what they've already aired, everything about those challenges that we didn't see, and there's a ton that they've left out. So yeah, and I think it's because there's just so many people they have to like really I really wanted to see more of Kody in that where they had to like belly crawl through those tunnels, and then in the water challenge I really wish we could have seen more of that. And that, because and with these every challenge he's like a leader of, he like, people are getting so frustrated with him, but because we're not really seeing him, we're not seeing that tension. I think Brianna Chicken Fry said in one of these podcasts that she did, at one point she full on yells at him, but she said she didn't know if that was gonna air. Let us see. This is a good point. He's not a leader. He's just in the lead. He said something. I was like, oh, that's true. At the very end of this episode. So just let's start at the end and then we'll work our way from the beginning. He said, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I was like, that is word salad, but I like that. I like that. I'm going to like say that to my kids and have that be like an annoying thing their mom says. Like, my mom always said, how you do anything is how you do everything. And it always pissed me off. For some reason, that's going to be my daughter in 20 years. So we open up episode 6. We are not brother husbands. We are at the McMansion 2.0. I've seen people call it the debt castle. I love that. I love all of the housing names that we come up with for Robin and Kody's humble abode. They're unpacking brand new Waterford crystal. So of course I looked it up, and now my Facebook is only advertising Waterford crystal to me. My husband's family is distantly related somehow to the descendants of someone in Waterford. So we got a Waterford vase for our wedding. It's beautiful. I love it. Gotta be hand washed. I typically don't buy things that have to be hand washed or dry cleaned because, I'm lazy like that, but it's worth it. It's a beautiful vase. Each of these glasses that she was unpacking was over $100. And it's brand new crystal. And here's the thing. When I got married, you no longer really registered for China. When my brother got married in the early 2000s, people still did that. My parents, they got married in the 80s. You registered for things like China and silver because presumably you are going to have nice sit down dinners to where you bust out the good stuff. Who are they hosting in their house? It's so funny. Robin's unpacking this really expensive crystal, and then she's drinking from an IKEA glass. So it's I don't know. I have plates from my dinnerware is from Costco. As you guys all know, I love Costco, and it's lasted for 5 years. It's awesome. Dishwasher safe. Kody says they're going to be moving in for a while. Duh. But he reports to Robin that he met a potential buyer at Coyote Pass. And we get this whole spiel again of it's just really hard for Robin to let Coyote Pass go. And I'm just why? You guys literally... Now, I will say, I really wanted Coyote Pass to be sold, and I wanted those people to immediately develop the land because I wanted to know that it was possible. I wanted to know that the land wasn't in fact cursed or something. I wanted to know that Kody is just that awful of a patriarch that he just led this family on a wild goose chase for however many years. But that property is still sitting undeveloped. That's crazy. So, but okay, they have since sold the property, I think in June of 2024. But as of this now, as of this point, Kody is just talking about a potential buyer. Robin says, quote, "Our family's situation is gone." That struck me. Robin has a couple moments where she says things that I think are really telling. So she refuses to call this the family dynamic. Our family structure is gone. Our family fell apart or something like that. It's our family's situation is gone. But Kody comes in and says, Robin is a very special person who just feels. And then she sits in those feelings. Your dishes are from Costco, but free off a local group. Nice. Nice. I listen to, you guys know, I listen to Ace and Caitlin's podcast, Shit Talk. And Caitlin was talking about how all this stuff she got off of Facebook Marketplace for free. There was a period of time where they were pretty sure they were getting scammed for a play set. But luckily they didn't send any money over for that. But she got a free gymnastics bar for her kids. That's cool. I love that. I've seen in the Facebook group that's for like the neighborhood I live in, people advertise all the time, like, I'm moving, I'm just getting rid of this piece of furniture. It's free if you'll come move it. That's awesome. I love it. All right. Dishes are from Dollar Tree. I love it. I love it. Target, Dollar Tree, Costco, paper plates. Whatever. Recycle, but yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right, I just exited out of my notes. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah. Robin's a very special person. She feels the whole bunch. She sits in those feelings. Then Robin, she's saying, I don't know why Mary and Janelle think Kody's gonna be unfair. Like, sure, like on his bad days, which apparently are most days, according to Robin in her couch interviews. Sure, on his bad days, he thinks about screwing them over, but if Robin has anything to say about it, which she knows she won't, she would make sure it would be fair. All right. Kody is going to give everyone 25%. He's worried that these women are going to want more than 25%. And then he says, you'll get your 25%. Just leave me alone after that. Wow. Wow. I too would rather go to Costco than the mall. I think my husband would do anything to not go to Costco. Costco is like where he goes to like have his anxiety just peak through the roof. If I could like put him under anesthesia for like just like the parking situation and then like wake him up in Costco, he would be fine. But it's just like the parking lot just ruins it all for him. See, I will power through, especially now that Costco serves Diet Coke. I will power through because Costco is a magical place. A churro and a Diet Coke. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Yeah, we try to get out for Costco for $300. Dude, the last time I went to Costco, we did a little Halloween party for my daughter to have like her first grade class over. And I went to buy just like applesauce pouches and Halloween candy and stuff. And it was $300. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't even buy I did buy toilet paper, but I didn't buy diapers or wipes or shit that like makes it get up there. Please say something about Robin saying a married man makes a girl's eggs drop. I did. I opened with that, and we will touch on that. Unfortunately, she said that at the very end of the episode, but we will touch on that. Kathy, oh my gosh, Costco stopped selling churros. I'm gonna have to go because, admittedly, I have not had a churro from Costco in a minute, but that is devastating. I'll have to see if my Costco does, and I'll report back. I will report back. All right. So we got to leave Flagstaff for a minute. Let's pop on over to Salt Lake City. It's date night for Christine and David. I did not write down the restaurant they went to, but it looked fancy. Looked like they were having some sort of seafood experience. Christine is telling us how much she loves monogamy because it's so easy. And then we touched on a couple interesting things. I thought the calling wives the wrong name, and especially like with David and Christine talking about how they've both called each other their ex's names. David is a widow, not really his ex, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. They've called each other their former spouses' names before. And then we talk about Kody calling it, like, if Kody ever messed up calling his wives by different names. I literally, with my kids or my animals, because my animals have human names, Maggie is my cat and Chloe is my dog. And I will literally run the gauntlet. If I'm yelling at Maggie to stop doing something, I'll be like, Anson, Penny, Chloe, Maggie, and vice versa for all of them. I called them all by all of their names. I have to believe that this is very common in polygamy. But Christine says that Kody was pretty good about it. He never really slipped up. But everyone agrees there are certain times you definitely don't want to say the wrong wife's name. And Kody told us a little trick he developed where he would pivot. Like if he started to say Janelle, he'd be like, Janelle thinks that's super cool or something. Alrighty. David asks how it's been with the ex-sister wives, and Christine says Janelle's great. Oh, you mean the other two? Yeah, not so much. Christine says she feels betrayed by Robin because Robin is a snitch, you guys. As if Robin couldn't get any worse. She's a rat. She's a rat. I had a visceral reaction. I watched this episode twice. Both times I watched Christine say that she would get in trouble with Kody based off of things Robin reported back to him. I was like, to describe an argument with your spouse as getting in trouble is bizarre to me. That is a big red flag. I couldn't imagine a scenario where I would think getting in trouble with my husband would be appropriate. I guess cheating? I don't know. But like barring that, I don't know why you would view, like, sure, you could have arguments, you could have disagreements, you could be upset with something that has transpired, but to like, my husband is a grown ass person. He doesn't get, I'm not his mom. I'm not his boss. I'm not any person in authority over him. We are equal. And I guess that's the difference in like Mormon fundamental polygamy. Like the man is over the wife. So in a sense, the women do get in trouble, but I just, oh my God, I hate that. I literally hate that. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But Kody says Robin was just always advocating for his other wives to have like a better relationship with him. So that's why she was a snitch. And Robin's like, I tried, I did my best. I'm just a naive fool. Apparently, and I think Christine, in one of the interviews she did for her book, she reiterated this, but we learned that at one point Mary called Christine. I'm assuming this was after Christine had left and maybe as Mary was leaving, to see if they could be friends. And Christine was like, no. Christine does say on camera that she would like a relationship with Robin's kids and that she never intended for relationships to end with Robin's kids. And I thought that if true, that is a nice thing to say. And it's a thing you have to say on camera, because Robin made that when Christine told Robin that she needed space from Robin made that about her and her kids. And Christine was like, no, no, no. So I feel like she's kind of correcting the record here. So I think that was fair. David would like to think that everyone could get along. I think that that's entirely possible. For me, if I'm Janelle, I don't think I could ever coexist with Kody just based off of everything that has transpired with our children. I just could never, I don't think as a mom, I could ever get past that with Kody. I think probably for Christine, she probably could, because these, while she does claim motherhood over all of the kids, the one she pushed out of her womb, like there is a difference there. I'm just saying, if I'm Janelle, it's a hard no, never for me. But maybe, yeah, one day everyone could get along. Janelle herself doesn't feel anything towards Kody or Robin. No hate, no love. It's just whatever. So good for Janelle. But Christine puts on her producer hat and ponders that maybe a family trip could be arranged and whoever wants to come can come. And Christine says she thinks there needs to be a reunion every year. And I'm like, girl, this girl is thinking ahead to season 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Robin, though, is a hard no. And you guys, in this scene, her body language gets so tense, and you can tell with like her jaw gets tight. She is pissed at the thought of this. She is a hard no. She says there's a lot of toxicity in this family, a lot of crap talk, and she just miss her with any type of family get together. But now we get to cut to this video chat with Kody, Mary, and Janelle. This could not be more awkward if they tried. I need to clip this scene and just play it on a loop during Thanksgiving dinner as an example of something I am most thankful for. Kody trying to like riff off the cuff and think he could like schmooze these women when they detest him. Hysterical. I could watch it all day. I could have watched 60 minutes of this video chat. It was so awkward. Apparently, and I thought this was some tea, Kody told Robin not to be on the video chat. If I'm a Robin, and this is why, you guys, this is why this should have been split 3 ways. Because Kody is speaking for Robin. He's considering them one entity. If they're one entity, everyone should be getting 33%, not 25%. Robin's cool with not being on it. It's just so heartbreaking with her. She's just gonna sit in her feelings. Kody wants to know if anyone's heard any good jokes lately. Zona, is that Zona? Hi, Zona. He says Zona about 400 times in this video call. That's how you know it's really fucking awkward. And he says, "Oh, Mary, your B&B looks different." And she goes, "It's the same." Cut to Kody in his couch interview. He's like, "I don't know what happened with Mary. 2 years ago, I moved her. And ever since then, she's like been giving me the cold shoulder because I haven't talked to her since this video call." Some mysteries out on why things are weird. Mary, for her part, says she is drawing boundaries. So that's good. I was actually happy to see Mary be stoic and not like giggling along with Kody and thinking everything he says is just funny, because I know that Mary has had a really hard time like detaching from the relationship. So I was happy to hear that she is drawing boundaries. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, recently found you during my throuple breakup. I'm so sorry. I've really enjoyed watching you and Matt and hearing your snippets of finding love in your late 20s, right? I'm starting over at 29. Any advice? Okay. Matt and I met at 29, got engaged on my 30th birthday. Had my daughter at 31, my son at 35. So everything's fair game. We met on Tinder. I was Matt's like second date. I was on Tinder for a while. I've been on like David. I never did Farmers Only, but I was like on all the things. So, go on dates. I'm really sorry. It really sucks when relationships end. Even if you know it's you can like intellectually know something's for the best, but especially when it comes to matters of the heart, our brains don't always, the brain mind connection, whatever, doesn't always match up. So it sucks. I'm really sorry. And I hope that I hope you meet someone cool or someone's cool if you still want to do the throuple thing, and report back on what it's like to be poly, because based off of watching TLC, it's not fully functional, but I hope that you can find your happiness. And thank you so much for the super chat. All righty. And Matt and I will be coming back with our podcast this week. So stay tuned this week, this weekend. Stay tuned for that. All righty. We're going to be talking Love is Blind. Let's see. So this is kind of weird. Kody has good news. He has a buyer for sure for 2 of the lots, and but kind of maybe for all 4. Like they're lowballing on taking everything, but they're a solid offer on at least 2 of them. But I guess there's still a chance they'll come up and buy all 4. I don't really know. Neither does Mary or Janelle, because they're like, what does this mean? Janelle says she's going to believe it when she sees it. Kody is bitching in his couch interview because he says these women are just expecting him to do all the work. Janelle lists all the ways she's offered to help. And Mary and Janelle are both like, legally, we aren't entitled to anything. So what the fuck? According to Kody, all these women do is complain and wonder if Kody is going to rob them. Back over in Utah, Christine tells David about Kody wondering if the next guy was going to just take all of his money. And she was like, I was just worried about if the next guy I dated would get along with Truly. And then David points out, hey, Truly is the one that gives me a hard time. And I thought that was cute. You can tell David and Truly have a really good relationship. And I really love that for Truly. I think Truly, what McKelty said something on her Patreon regarding like meeting Aurora's boyfriend and how Kody, like every younger daughter gets treated better. So like Brianna gets treated better than Aurora, Ari gets treated better than Brianna, but that never translated to Truly. It seems like Kody was always punitive towards Truly. So I'm really happy to hear that Truly has a father figure. And then this is where we get into Christine saying how Kody is a good guy and she wishes Kody and David could be friends. And it's like, I appreciate the producer hat, Christine, but now we're tiptoeing into the overselling. We don't got to oversell. No one's going to believe that Cody's a good guy. David sure does it. He says, no, about 1,000 times when Christine is saying how good of a guy she thinks Kody was, whatever. I do appreciate the cracks that the OG3 slide in to kind of shade Kody. So in one scene with Mary and Jen, Mary says that Cody's probably off somewhere getting a chainsaw stuck in a tree. I thought that was funny. And then here in this scene, when pondering maybe they could go off-roading or in one of David's like razor toys, I think he called it, Christine said that he would need to put on his big boy panties. And I love when they take his own words and use it against him. I love it. Christine says we all have friends we don't condone their actions. If I had a friend that treated their spouse, kids, anyone in their life the way Kody treats the people in his life, I wouldn't be their friend. I'll just say that. That wouldn't be a friend of mine. That would be someone I went to school with, someone I worked with. It would no longer be a friend. So, anyways. But when Christine says this, David's like, nah. And Christine's like, don't worry. You don't have to be brother husbands. David's like, what? What's brother husbands? Yeah, David, it was a show TLC tried to make happen and didn't have the same pizzazz that Seeking Sister Wife had, so I doubt we'll ever see a second season of that. Back over in Parowan, by the time an offer comes in, it could be for, Kody says it could be for the entire thing. This isn't in Parowan. This is the back to the phone call. So I guess it's everywhere. So for now, they have an agreement of trust until they can get the paperwork done, which if I'm Mary or Janelle, does not make me feel good at all. Everyone agrees it's going to be nice to have this all resolved. Mary needs to have legal check over whatever paperwork Kody sent over to her. This is all really awkward and uncomfortable, and there's a lot of hard feelings. And Kody is not intending at all to dissolve these hard feelings. He literally has said multiple times this episode how he just wants to get this sold and he wants these women to be out of his life. Meanwhile, he has children with all of these women. Then we talk about nostalgia. Mary didn't think she'd be here 20 years ago. Really, Mary? Really? Janelle, in true Janelle fashion, is not nostalgic. She's just like, whatever, it is what it is. Kody, in regards to the property, Kody says he's going to miss the memories. What memories? He says he's really nostalgic. But then he says, and these are the memories. He's going to miss playing with his off-roading toys out there. Okay. You guys, we get a timeline here. The Christmas fight was 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, but for sure 3 years ago. And Janelle is saying 2025 might be the year they get to move on from each other. Wow. Wow. We pop on over to Mary building some office furniture with Jen, and that's when she makes the joke about getting the chainsaw stuck in a tree. Then we pop on over to North Carolina. Janelle is telling Maddie, and this is really interesting because there is someone's lying here. Someone's lying here. So Janelle's telling Maddie about the potential sale of the property. And Maddie asks, well, what about the money you put into Robin's house? Janelle said she's not going to get that back. For all intents and purposes, Kody could say that was a gift. It would be more of a headache, I guess, for Janelle than it's worth. And I don't know. Janelle seems to have made her peace with just getting whatever out of Coyote Pass. According to Kody, he settled that debt with Janelle back in January. He says he had been working on that for a long time, and Janelle said to him that their debt was settled and that whatever their agreement was more than fair. Two things cannot be true in this instance. Janelle cannot say she's walking away with nothing, and Kody saying he gave her something for it. They just can't. Two things cannot be true here. So now we have to pop on back over to Flagstaff, where we're going to hang this piece of art that Kody's high school choir friend commissioned for him. I didn't know that he knew this artist. That's interesting. So no shade to the artist. She appears to be very talented. We visited her website. I've seen her work. She seems awesome. It's hysterical to get this photo blown up into a huge ass painting. And of course, Robin has to comment on how this is all Kody, showboat Kody. Robin's just so shy and it makes her uncomfortable. It makes her uncomfortable because she has the ick. Like, I wouldn't blow up a picture that big of my husband and I, but say my husband did, I wouldn't be saying like, "Oh, like, oh," you know? Like, I don't know. That's weird. It's weird to have the ick with someone you're married to. So, don't be married to that person. All right. But so now we got to talk about letters and emails and deletions of letters. What does that even mean? That's when Robin says, when young women see married men, a married stable man, mind you, that makes her eggs drop. She sees that he's a good dad, he treats his wives well, and who wouldn't want to get with a married man? So they're chit-chatting, and Robin's talking about how much she always wanted to live plural marriage and how bad Kody failed at plural marriage. And she's really driving home the point that Kody was a big old failure at plural marriage. And Cody's like, oh, remember that time you tried to like show me some woman and I didn't want to see her? Kody doesn't want to see any of the cuties that are crushing on him because Robin's his sweetheart. And then, you know, he doesn't want to fall in love with another woman because that just makes women ridiculous. Like when Kody and Robin fell in love, Christine turned into a psychopath. So guys can deal with loving their wives, playing favorites, and all of that. They can deal with that. Guys are good at that. Women cannot handle when their husbands play favorites. And that's shocking to Kody. This is why I am enjoying this season. These things aren't like, you know, cast members getting revealed as having burner Instagram accounts like on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But this is like 4 sister wives for the sister wives fan that like literally our standards are in the trash. This is good TV for me anyways. So I'll be here till the wheels fall off. I've said that and I will. I mean it. But yeah, Robin and Kody they say they're trying to purge plural marriage from their system. But literally all they ever talk about is plural marriage. Nobody talks about plural marriage anymore except for Kody and Robin. Robin calls Kody out for being a big old loser at plural marriage. She points out that he never validated his wives in front of the other wives. He never said like, hey babe, I got you. I'm going to make sure you're good in front of his other wives. So Kody, you're a big old loser. And Cody's like, I don't want a confirmation of my failures. What do we do about these letters? Do I still delete these letters or do I show them to you? And Robin's like, did you just hear anything I said? Obviously not. And that's when Kody says, how you do anything is how you do everything. And that's when, again, Robin says what everybody wants to hear their partner say to them. I'm perfectly fine with you. Put that on a Hallmark card. Oh my goodness. Episode 6, I saw a lot of people say that this was boring. And yeah, did I watch it this morning? I didn't stay up till 10 p.m. to watch it. That's true. I wasn't like, oh my God, I have to stay up to watch this because I can't stand if I see spoilers on the internet. That's not Sister Wives, you guys. But like for what it is, Kody and Robin are full on embarrassing themselves. And what's hysterical to me is that I know for sure if like a housewife who had like other business ventures going on, they would have quit the show by now. They would have seen how poorly this was making them look. They would have gotten sick of like the public discourse about them, and they would have retreated to a private life, or at least a life off of reality TV where they can more closely control the narrative. Like if you just want to be a social media influencer to a degree, you can control your comments and things like that. Kody clearly has no control over the edit anymore, but they are a hostage to the paycheck. These two, Robin has zero revenue source except for the show. Kody, I guess, I don't know how much now he's doing other reality TV, but he was doing like gun accessory sales. I don't know how much money that's bringing in for them, but they live a lavish lifestyle. They are big spenders. Big spenders need big paychecks. They need this show more than the show needs them. This is a public humiliation of them. I'm here for it. All right, you guys, that was episode 6. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will be back with another video this week, so stay tuned for that. I'll keep you posted. Probably not going to be tomorrow. My husband has a knee surgery tomorrow. It's super simple. He has like a piece of floating cartilage in his knee that they need to remove. So we're going to be doing that. So probably Wednesday, I'll have a video out for you guys. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.